we go.
Oh.
Hello, and welcome back to this here podcast. Sophie, take it
You're
away.
telling yourself to take it away.
Body, the glass, the enchilada.
Oh, baby
A
Sophie.
podcast.
A podcast.
A
Baby
podcast.
Sophie. A podcast.
Baby Sophie.
I'm
A
Sophie
podcast.
Adamia. Not baby Sophie. I'm regular
Baby Sophie. A podcast.
I'm also not Baby Sophie.
Baby Sophie.
I am the body.
I'm not the baby.
I am not the baby. I'm Natalie Cowan, the Michelada. Not the mama.
A podcast.
I'm Sophie Adamia.
A podcast.
Podcast. The blood. Also, Sophia Hemophilia, as I am now known on Twitch.
Ooh.
I have one stream that has ever been recorded, and it's just me making Sims and creative Sims.
Some old man watched her.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's creepy.
And didn't say anything.
Oh, God.
Watching the
No,
screen.
I had one viewer
Masturbating
the entire time, and they
time.
never said anything, and it weirded me out. But you know what? Because of this podcasting gig, I just kept talking. I kept going like somebody was listening.
Well, I mean,
That's
you had an audience.
that's all you
had
could ask.
the audience.
If you have an audience, you can't keep them waiting. You have to give them content.
Give them what they came for.
Yes. Oh, we have a very special thing to be celebrating today. It's no one's birthday. No one died. Nobody achieved anything. Oh wait, we achieved
We did.
something. We got to something. We did. It's an achievement. It's an achievement. No one thought we would get this far. No one. No, not even me. Mostly because I get tired of things and quit immediately. It is our 50th episode today. Officially, if you go on our little Podbean main site, it will say, "Oh, this is episode 51." That's not true because we had one episode that was broken up into two parts. That's technically one episode, and then we have one bonus episode that is, not considered part of the series. It's just me and Natalie shooting the shit about books that are terrible. It's just bonus content.
Oh, Mazel
Oh,
tov.
did you?
I threw my... You know that thing that Jimmy Fallon used to do at the end of his sign off for Weekend Update, where he would throw his pencil? I just did that, but there's no camera, so no one saw it. And I'm depressed
As
now.
you should be.
I thought it was
I'm
our
gonna cry.
diamond anniversary, but that's the 60th. We're at the
Yeah.
golden anniversary.
What? Oh my god!
We're gonna have
Oh,
we're gonna have
damn.
golden showers.
I wish we talked about CeeLo Green
Oh.
last week because Natalie are
Our only fan.
I want to say
Our
she is
only
our
fan?
most committed fan.
Oh yeah, no, she's not only our
Ever.
OnlyFan, but she also subscribes to us on OnlyFan.
She subscribes to our OnlyFans.
Yes.
She's our only fan on OnlyFans.
Yes. She sent me a picture of CeeLo Green covered in gold, and that would have been great for the cover of this
Terrifying.
episode. He looked like a cyborg demon. She was right. She was right. You know, it all makes sense now. It all makes
It
sense.
does make sense.
After last
Yeah,
week.
finding out that about
Also, I keep getting messages from CeeLo Green.
it's the demon.
I'm not
the
even
demon haunting him.
I
It is the demon.
I sent
we
them
got
to Natalie and
we
Paul.
got haunted by
Screenshot.
CeeLo Green on our episode, and now we're being
A lot of weird shit.
harassed.
And also, I need to confess something, and I would normally wait until the end, but I'm still scared. That story was completely made up.
What?
How dare you?
I took some true details and mixed it in.
Why would you?
But
why would you
it's
lie like
terrifying
this?
the things that have happened since then. I've been getting messages from CeeLo Green from the app called Bands in Town. He's not even in town. No one's in town. COVID is happening.
COVID
so
is
I don't
in
know why
town.
he's sending messages.
And it's here to fuck you.
And then people are like agreeing with me about CeeLo Green being a demon or being possessed by one. Also, he has T-Rex arms. There's the
He
proof
does
right
have
there.
T-Rex arms. Even if he was haunting us, he couldn't reach. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
He's gonna like,
What's he gonna do?
you know, like when Kirby like stomach slams you.
That's exactly what was going to happen. But the weird ass noise in between us, like telling stories, was
Too
too
fucking
much.
scary. I did not enjoy that.
That was terrifying.
Sophie, you didn't even
If
have
it happens again tonight, it was CeeLo Green.
You didn't even have to like deal with the loud, crazy noises because you.
I know you got
Kicked
disconnected,
off.
and then we got screeched and growled at.
Scratching.
No, it was like so
my
loud that I had to
side.
take off my headphones. It got ridiculous.
But I could not sleep that night because I edited the podcast that night because I wanted it up the next day. And then my cats had the zoomies all night, and normally that only lasts for an hour.
They were like, "There's a demon."
But no, all fucking night. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's a good thing we're not talking
So
about
happy
ghosts this episode. Otherwise, that could be
Ghosts?
dangerous.
I'm afraid of no ghosts.
I am. But you know what? That female Ghostbusters movie was good. I don't care what anyone says. That was a really good.
I didn't mind
liked
it.
I wish they would expand on it or make a TV show, but
I think
no.
the people that complain about it need to watch the original.
They didn't even care
Ghostbusters
about Ghostbusters.
and tell me that it's a good movie.
The thing that I found most problematic, which no one really touched on, was the fact that Leslie Jones's character was supposed to be the street smart one who wasn't like a scientist or anything. She just knows the subway because she was, a subway driver.
Yes.
And I was just like,
Yeah,
no.
that's not fair.
Why are we
like
saying
smart?
But then you find out her uncle is one of the OG Ghostbusters. Like, how does that make sense?
Why wouldn't she know about ghosts?
Like, and then like, why not like, make the connection there? Be like, yeah, I've followed the pursuit of this because my uncle showed me the way. I don't fucking.
You know what would have been cool if she was like, she did ghost tours or something. Like that could have been the tie-in.
See, that would have been
She was a ghost expert,
That would be
but
a
not
good
from like the
tie-in.
science aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to someone
She
today.
could be Zach Bagans.
But I was telling someone today that we need to stop measuring intelligence the way we do, because just because someone isn't like book smart doesn't mean they're not smart.
Yes.
Well, look at me. I'm a fucking
Yeah, and you're book
moron.
smart though.
Yeah. Actually,
You got the degree.
am I? Well, I mean, I have it on paper.
That's all
But,
that
like,
matters.
No, it doesn't. Not now.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean, though, right? Like, I think we measure
Yeah, I know.
intelligence in a stupid way.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yes.
how IQ tests were not made for poor people.
Also, like, what's up with the Mensa Club? Like,
What do they even do? Do they do anything to help the world or humanity?
I don't think so. They just basically give you this trivia thing. You have to pay money into it to join the club, and then you have to do like this. It's a bit test your knowledge.
I think it's just
and
the
like
thing that
then you're part of this elite club.
People do to feel better about themselves. Like
Maybe who
like rich people.
in every single one of his books that I've ever read, he always mentions it and just makes me think he's really just an elitist asshole deep down. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey,
Steve Harvey.
too.
Oh, I believe no. Steve Harvey is an
No.
asshole. I hate
He's a
him.
shitty
No,
person.
no,
yeah.
yeah. No, Steve Martin. In every book he's ever written, he always mentions Mensa because his older white characters are always part of the Mensa.
Okay, I can believe that Steve Martin is.
I can believe that. Yeah. Well, Steve Martin, of course, he's full of himself. I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
I thought it was going to be weird.
I mean, the play was very good, but Steve Martin is definitely full of
himself. So you knew exactly how it was going to end the second we sat down.
I will say, though, the aliens coming in and killing everyone, total shock.
I mean, they hinted.
They did.
They hinted pretty.
I mean,
they didn't even
having the UFO in the opening number, I guess, looking back. Hindsight is 20/20.
Yep.
Oh, okay. This is fucking weird. I was just looking up Ghostbusters to make sure my connection between the two was right. So the guy who was in the original Ghostbusters who played Winston, he did make up an appearance in the new all-femme cast as Leslie's uncle, but he does not play the same character. He's just her uncle.
Well, it's because it's not the same universe.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are playing the same character.
It's a different universe.
So that's like, I don't understand why they couldn't, but whatever. That's fine. It's fine. Still stupid.
I agree.
I'm mad. Mm-hmm. Anyways, happy 50th.
Cheers. Clink, clink.
Ooh, cheers. What are y'all drinking? Tink.
We got real ratchet up in here. So there's some Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
The yellow Gatorade, the OG Gatorade. No gin, because I had Summer Solstice still, and I did not want to put it in
your Gatorade.
Some squirt and vodka.
Sounds very interesting.
It just mostly tastes like Gatorade.
Okay.
But with a bit more of a medicinal flavor than normal.
Ooh, medicinal Gatorade. That's what I want to hear.
Medicinal Gatorade. So that's how we're rolling today.
I have a big ass watermelon, so I made myself a spicy watermelon margarita. I'm still the michelada. I gotta bring it.
It's true.
You're right. You know what she brought today? She brought me a little banana cream pie. It was fucking great. A little itty bitty one, but it was just like perfect. But like it was like a pudding pie, so like it was amazing. It was from Popeyes, but it was.
I love pudding pie.
It was good.
I think pudding pie is underappreciated.
Really also, it was still frozen, so like it was great for this weather.
Ooh.
So
yeah, I enjoyed it.
So good. Mm-hmm. A++ would recommend.
I am currently choking down one of these delicious Maha seltzers that I've been drinking for the past 3 months.
It's our 50th.
I didn't have anything to make. I told you I was out of mixers. I don't even have soda in this house.
How do you live?
What flavor of Maha is it?
Well, first, just so I could feel a little bit, I downed the black cherry one because it's the worst. So I chugged it without tasting it. And now I'm sipping on the raspberry one, which is the best tasting, but it's still shit. It's like a 2 out of 10, but it's the best.
You know what it'd probably be good with? Like our berry hibiscus.
With what?
To go into the Maha?
I think that would be good. Yeah, like mixed. That'd be the mixer. I mean, it's not my favorite refresher.
It is my least favorite refresher.
It used to be my favorite when it was just the berry hibiscus and cool lime. Well, no, remember there was always cool lime.
There was always cool lime
before. It was just the two.
Cool lime,
but it was like way better.
Always tasted like it was missing alcohol.
Yes, but I liked the cool lime. I miss it.
That one reminded me of yellow Gatorade.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Sophie loves Gatorade.
Especially the yellow one, even though that's everyone's like least favorite.
No, I like the yellow one. I only drink it when I'm sick, though. But I always drink.
I drink it whenever.
I always drink.
To me, there's nothing better than like a fucking almost frozen one of those.
Well, now if I drink Gatorade, it reminds me of when I was sick. So then I don't want to drink it if I'm not sick.
Mm.
You know what reminds me of being sick now?
Throwing up.
Egg in a frame.
Oh my god, I just made an egg in a frame, but I used an avocado.
Well,
I'm from California.
Because my mother was bringing me meals to my door because, you know, the plague. That's what she would, like, make me for breakfast. If I didn't ask for breakfast, she would make that and just be like, you need to eat. And I was just like, okay, I mean.
I've never had that.
No?
No.
Well, I mean, it's just like an egg
with toast.
In toast. Yeah, but like cut into the toast.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to try it inside of an avocado instead.
Like an egg inside of an avocado?
Yeah, so you cut the avocado like lengthwise, so it has the.
You know what? With one of those like tomato eggs, yeah.
And then you just.
I don't like avocado though.
Oh, that's right. You don't eat either of those things.
I can't eat one and I don't like the other.
Why are we friends with you?
I eat guacamole sometimes. But just straight avocado is gross.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
It's like weirdly fatty and then it like coats your It just sounds unappealing.
It sounds delicious. Avocado.
I made avocado mousse once. That was good.
That sounds good.
It's delicious. You just blend avocado and cocoa powder and it tastes like chocolate mousse.
How come we haven't done anything like that at Starbucks? That seems so fucking.
Do you want us to have to do that at Starbucks? Do you want to eat that at Starbucks?
Do you want us to have avocado?
You've seen how we clean the blenders. Do you want us to stick an avocado in one? Because they're not going to give us new stuff for that.
No, I'm
just throw a whole avocado in.
I remember the almond butter.
Oh my god, that was the worst.
We wouldn't. They don't even clean it out. It's just like you had chunks of peanut butter in the next 12 frappuccinos.
Well, it's because you would have to like
stick to
you would have to completely clean it. You couldn't just rinse it off. It was so terrible. And that pump was impossible to clean.
Oh my god, it was horrible.
It was impossible to pump. Like it hurt.
That and the date one.
That was the worst. It was so. Oh my god, I hate. I'm having flashbacks.
Why did we get rid of the regular smoothies? What was the reason?
I don't know. They didn't want the protein powder for some reason, but then they came out with the new stupid protein powder.
They could have just replaced that powder with that pea protein, and I think people would have been happy. So
no, they went on this like huge health kick for like 4 years, and then they're like, "Fuck it! Do you want to put some cake pops in your frappuccinos?" Why don't we put
eat straight blended whipped cream?
Why don't we put it on top of your drink?
Why not try it keto style?
Hey, we got this new milk. It's basically melted ice cream. Do you want it in your coffee?
It's delicious.
You want a Trenta Frappuccino? Oh no, that's too unhealthy. 30 ounces of heavy whipping cream? Sure, why not?
It's fine.
It's keto, it's healthy.
Your breath and your crotch are just going to smell like you're dying.
Your cholesterol level is so high, you're on the verge of a heart attack at all times, but it's fine. It's fine, we're fine.
You're losing weight.
You're fine. You look good. You're sweaty, but you look good.
Sweaty people are gross.
I think you lose weight on keto just because your body is like decaying.
It's sweating.
You're like in
all day.
Yeah.
What's like the Crypt Keepers deal? Like that's what people are turning into. That's what they look like by the end of keto.
Is there an end to keto?
That's the hope.
They're just in renal.
Yeah, right?
It's death.
It's death.
Renal
Yeah,
failure.
you're in renal
One of those
failure.
diets where the minute you stop doing it, you like gain all the weight back immediately.
Yeah, because your body goes into
Yeah.
shock because
Yeah.
you're on such a horrible diet.
That's why you're only supposed to do it for like short spurts of time, and while like a doctor is watching.
Well, people
just
don't
saying, if
do it
there's-
that way, and then they're just like they're sharing all these stupid recipes online.
If there's any diet that forbids you from eating like vegetables, there's probably something wrong with it.
True. I mean, we don't mean to diet shame, but like people take it too far.
I will diet shame keto
Too
people
far.
all day long
You need vegetables.
because I
Your
have to
body
make their
needs them.
disgusting drinks.
Well, like even doctors that have patients on keto and they're like monitoring their keto diet, like they fucking hate normal keto people. Like that's not
They're
good.
gonna be like, "Who's that wrestler who ate nothing but meat and a bunch of his colon had to be taken out?
Oh god, that was disgusting. I hate that.
Who is that guy?"
That was a
Yeah,
thing.
There's
Find
multiple
it.
people. There's multiple people who do that. They only eat raw meat. Yeah.
Oh God, that to me sounds like they probably caught a fucking parasite or
Oh,
something.
probably. Ugh. And then there was a video.
and it was just like fucked up his whole life.
There was a video circulating for a while. This guy, one of them, went to a vegan festival and was just eating a slab of raw meat and then getting mad that people were telling him to fuck off.
Well, why would you go to a vegan
It's like-
thing and then do
Exactly. He just wanted to go piss people off.
It's
But
like-
second, why are you eating raw meat? Like, don't do that. That's gross.
Disgusting.
You're gonna get parasites and then you're gonna die.
Yep. Also, like the vegans and vegetarians don't bother you at your fucking barbecue,
Right? Like, why
thing.
did you seek out this place to go to and be a dick?
People are assholes. That's what it is. People are assholes.
Do you want to hear something crazy I learned today?
Yes.
Yes.
Scientists do not know how eels reproduce.
Oh yeah, I know. They have no idea.
They have no idea. Isn't that crazy?
They don't know how to tell if you're a boy eel or a girl eel. They don't know how eels
Well,
like,
that's
do anything.
They don't know
well,
like
that's what I
how they
heard. The
make
same
eel
thing
babies.
with peacocks and peahens. They don't know how they switch gender, but they do. They've noticed. They just have no idea how it works because they're not amphibians.
Nature is
where
weird.
They figured out how that works.
It's because I was listening.
Yeah.
I was listening to Dear Hank and John, which is Hank and John Green's podcast, and they were talking about
God.
the eel question, and of course Hank did research on it, but he said, and that scientists just found out recently, I don't know, as in like the past couple decades, I'm not sure, that what scientists thought were multiple species of eels were
It's just,
actually
like,
just
one.
the same species of eel in different stages of its life cycle. And that is why they couldn't find gonads in some of the eels, because they hadn't developed them yet. But they still don't know how they reproduce. So they've discovered that these eels finally do grow gonads. They just don't understand where or how they have sex.
I mean, fair.
Isn't that weird? I think that's weird.
That's weird.
Eels are creepy.
Yeah, it's
They look
Yes, they are.
weird and they have that face that just stares at you.
like I feel like the animators of The Little Mermaid were being generous with their drawing of eels because they are far.
I
weird.
have caught an eel, and it was terrifying.
You were just like, it's a monster.
Yeah, because I didn't. So I went fishing with my dad, and I was just reading a book. I wasn't even really fishing. Like I threw my line in, and then I get a book, and I just sat there and read.
And you caught an eel.
And a couple hours later, my dad was like, okay, like, let's go. It's getting dark. And I was like, oh, I didn't catch anything. So sad. And when I reeled it in, there was a big-ass eel at the end of my line. It scared the shit out of me. I was like, what? And it was, like, dark. So I was like, what the fuck is this? They're scary. And I don't know.
And then she said, back.
I don't know if you can eat them. Like, what is...
Yeah, you can eat eel.
Yeah, you could get eel at sushi restaurants.
Oh, that's right. I don't know how I would have cooked an eel. I'm glad I didn't have to take it home.
Yeah, I mean, it looks more appetizing on the plate. Like seeing an eel, I wouldn't know.
I don't know if seeing an eel in like life, I would have been like, I'm gonna eat that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I do wonder that, like some of the foods that people eat, I'm like, why?
Why did we think great? Why was that?
Kind of like drinking milk past infancy. I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's weird.
Why do we do that? How do we even figure out we can drink milk from other animals?
Humans are very strange.
They got tired of nursing their own children. And then they just kept it going for years and years. And made an industry of it, because then they started putting it in everything.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So what's our topic this week, guys?
We're keeping to our Halloween spooktacular theme that I think we've just decided that's what we're doing until Halloween.
Spooktacular 2020.
Spectacular 2020. I mean, it has been a spectacular 2020.
It has been a spectacular.
The RNC is currently happening.
Oh, I know. And 50% of the speakers are Trumps.
Yep.
And
I think it's so drastic they're letting Tiffany out.
Yeah. And literally the GOP came out and stated that they don't have a platform, that they're just going with whatever Trump says.
How does your entire party not have
How does your
platform?
party dissolve to the point that you are now cultists?
Trump
Then what, if you have no platform, what are you running for?
What's even the point?
It don't make no sense. They just want to put people.
They're a bunch of cultists.
That's their platform. At least you know what?
Cults, I guess eventually cults don't have it anything to do anymore.
A platform.
Can they just
look at how most
late already, or get the bleach shots or whatever?
You know what? Jim Jones had good ideas in the beginning.
I mean, if all of the Republicans just suddenly die, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
No, he had rape and sexual assault at the beginning, and people thought that was okay, and then it just got worse from there. And I don't know what they were expecting.
A revolution.
I guess.
I don't know. Everyone would just come out and be a terrible person, and you know what? A lot of that has happened. But yeah, we have a spectacular 2020 thing going on because we like it spooky. Because we were getting a little too serious there.
Men becoming wolves.
And we're talking about Poltergeist today.
Poltergeists?
Not the movie, though. They're here.
Oh, she's dead now.
She's dead now.
Way to bum us out.
2 of the kids are dead. 2 of the kids are dead.
Oh, yeah.
The older sister, she got killed in front of her apartment by her boyfriend.
Oh, that's depressing.
Right after the movie came out, yeah. On our Hollywood death tour, that was one of the stops, her old house.
Oh, where you could see where she died.
Still, little blood on the wall.
Yeah, and then they talked about the curse of the movie. I would say that the curse of the movie is a lot scarier than the actual movie.
Yes.
I finally recently, maybe in the last 2 years, watched it, yeah. And it was just I thought this would be terrifying.
We grew up post 9/11. We have real fear.
I feel like a lot of...
I mean, we're growing up currently.
A lot of old horror movies, the standards are very low. They're not too scary.
Like if the only thing that was wrong with my house was that there was some ghosts in it, I'd be like, so that's how it normally is.
And they stole my baby and put her in a TV.
She was too close to the fucking TV.
We told
true, it
her
was
not
bad
to
for her.
stand there.
What did we say? Ruined your eyes.
Also, like, the mom started to really get into her kid being just stuck in this parallel universe. Because she started, like, acting like she was some mystic medicine woman that could communicate with her daughter. And I just thought it was weird.
That family did some dumb shit. Let's just say that. Maybe your kid was better off being raised by the television.
Maybe the television ghosts were nice. You never know.
Maybe we should stop gentrifying everything and, building on Indian burial grounds.
I mean, I doubt that they built that house. They seem lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. The dad's company built that.
Well, then, yeah.
Oh.
That was their development.
I mean, the
But
entirety
his
of the
boss
United
didn't
States
disclose
is
that
an
they
Indian burial ground, so
That's
built on
true.
a cemetery.
Welcome to Oregon. It sucks.
we're all fucked.
Yeah. Wide open spaces.
So Poltergeists.
Poltergeists.
The Poltergeist. Oh, Poltergeist. Poltergeist in general. What do you know about Poltergeist? Have you ever experienced a poltergeist?
I
think we
know
have a poltergeist at
that
our
it's
store.
German for noisy spirits.
Yep, I did read
we all
that
I know that.
during my research.
I think there is
Yeah.
a poltergeist at our store as well
I do
because
too.
things get thrown and I don't appreciate it.
No.
It's broken things before and that's not nice.
It's broken urns. It throws slugs of caramel.
Also, from
Called
what
Lauren a
I,
bitch.
in addition to what
told her
I
to
have
eat
read
shit.
about Poltergeist during this last
Lauren.
week, it would make sense. It would make sense for our store to be haunted by a poltergeist because poltergeists tend to like the energy of adolescents and young people because something about that energy just kind of sets them off.
Well, I told you guys.
That's kind of strange. Everyone, like every high school student in this town hangs out at that
That's
store.
very true. I told you that a customer told me that someone died in our lobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that his friend had,
Back when it was a Taco
yes, that
Bell.
his friend had an alcoholic seizure in our lobby and died there. So I think it must be his spirit because that's the only person, as far as I'm aware, that has died on location.
Maybe that's why
I have a friend.
Drew so much because Drew calls her Brenda or something, or Barbara.
Yeah. Even though the ghost name is
Alkalis or something.
no, it's oh my god, I forgot it.
Bernadette.
Leslie
Is it?
Bernadette. Her name is Bernadette.
I thought her name was the same name as Cardi B's actual name.
No, it's Bernadette, but
Barney?
Leslie called her Bacalise.
Bacalis is Cardi B's real name.
I thought her real
Something
name
like
was
that.
Bacardi, and her sister's name is like Hennessy
No,
or
she would
something.
just go like that. Her sister's name is actually Hennessy, and then she would go by Bacardi because they thought it was
Oh, okay.
funny. But her name is like Balcalis
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that.
My bad.
Our ghost name is Bernadette,
Fun fact.
but the poltergeist is Bernadette, but there's also a shadow man who lives in the back room.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So the Shadow Man's the man that
I don't know the shadow man's name.
I've seen him many times.
I've seen him as well. We could invoke him. That would be fun.
He's always there when I'm washing dishes.
Yeah, you see him walk behind you.
I think he likes the music you play because I've seen him when you're in charge of dishes. So he probably likes your music taste. I have one personal
for
experience
Amazon
with
and
the
the trap
poltergeist
music.
outside of our store. Yes, he likes the trap music. But yeah, I have one experience with a poltergeist outside of the store. It happened on my 22nd birthday. I went to dinner with my mom because we lived on the East Coast at the time, and it was just me and her. And we went to it's this old ass tavern in Annapolis, Maryland. Like, it's so old, George Washington has had like many meals there back in his day. And we were just sitting at this table, and like I kept like asking my mom, like, why are you fidgeting? Like, why are you making the table move? And she's like, oh, I thought that was you. And then we checked the table to make sure, like, you know, it just wasn't like unstable and moving at any time one of us moved a little bit. No, it was completely flat. It was a fucking ghost. We sat there on our phones Googling whether this place was haunted, and sure enough, it's a well-known poltergeist that haunts that tavern.
I want it to be known that when you were telling that story and I was envisioning it in my head, when your mom said, I thought you were shaking it, she said, bitch, I thought you were shaking it. Because your mom called you a bitch all the time.
By then she wouldn't have said bitch. The bitch thing didn't start until recently.
Oh.
I want to say in the last 5 years.
Back then, she was a very loving mother.
Back then, she still liked you.
No, back then she was like near death, so and sickly all the time.
Hilarious.
I mean, it was such a great time. Why do you think we did that? Anyways, yeah,
giving up was really working.
But as soon as like we acknowledged that we knew about it, it seemed to stop.
You ruined it.
That was kind of interesting. Yeah.
That seems like a thing. Once you start acknowledging ghosts or poltergeists, like sometimes they just dip. They're like, oh, whatever, I'm cool.
Yeah. Also, I would say that the entire area there is creepy because it's like literally across the street from the docks where a lot of people in the slave trade, they were delivered to the New World. In fact, there is a statue of Alex Haley, the author of Roots, because that's where his ancestors, that's where they docked. So, so they definitely don't have good energy in that area.
No, not at all.
But this particular, like, poltergeist, it didn't seem like evil or anything. It just kind of wanted to fuck with us. So, I mean, at least there's that. But I'm sure there's worse things around there. Anyone else have a outside poltergeist story? Outside of work, anyway.
I mean, I think there's a poltergeist in my house. Only because things have
there's one in mine too.
I watched a bag on the floor get dragged like 3 to 4 feet right in front of me. That was weird.
Well, hasn't it wiggled the doorknob too?
Yeah, it's wiggled the doorknob before, and I've heard whispers. It because that one day that I texted you guys, 'cause I was so freaked out, whispered in my ear.
Well, I think Sophie, you've heard it at my house, right? All the the doors and will open and close, and things whisper.
Yeah, I always think you have multiple people home, and it's like literally just your dad and he's napping.
And then you can hear like heavy footsteps in the crawl space above the house.
Yeah. Before, I used to attribute it to your dad was always working in the garage, and now that he's just kind of more chill and mostly just seems to be watching TV these days, you definitely notice.
Yeah, well, I always notice because I know, when you live with someone, you know who's coming and going, you know their habits, and you know their footsteps and stuff.
You know what
so I always knew it wasn't my dad. These footsteps are much heavier than his, even in his work boots.
Which doesn't make any sense because, like, I would go to your house, like, all the time after school in middle school because, like, that was the place I would take a break before finishing the rest of my walk home to my grandma's. But I knew nobody was home. You would tell me nobody is fucking home, and that's why, like, we could sit there and watch TV for a little bit, and, it's all chill. But I would always hear the noises. I don't even know what I attributed all that to.
I don't know. Maybe you're just like, maybe it's the TV or the neighbors.
Maybe it's the drugs that I'm on right now.
Yeah. Well, and like going to my grandma's house, like there's always noises there. So I just figured it was just ambient noise and didn't think it was anything out of the blue, anything weird. Anyways, this shit is haunted.
Yes. Everywhere is haunted.
Our podcast, Haunted by CeeLo
Our
Green.
podcast is haunted by CeeLo Green. I hope he does not make a
habit of it.
A
reappearance this episode.
I don't want to deal with CeeLo Green coming and going.
No.
Neither. I didn't even want to listen to it played back, and I had to. I was afraid like I was gonna hear something I didn't want to hear, like on top of what was actually like on.
If anyone wants to help us get therapy for Sylvie's mental anguish, we're taking donations.
If anyone would like to help us exercise the podcast, we can do that too.
Wait, Paul, don't you know somebody who knows an exorcist?
I do know somebody who knows an exorcist.
We should have them
come on the show and bless
our
and bless
Sophie,
the podcast.
Did Paul tell you that the boy that he's talking to has been exorcised?
Yeah.
He told me that. That's how I know. When we talked about last week,
because he said that
we did mention that
we should have had him on so we get to tell his story.
Yeah, but it was only after the fact.
Only
after
the fact.
That would have been nice to know.
He more than likely has a story for any topic we come up with. Maybe in the future he could be a guest.
If he's still talking to you and you's on good terms, bring him on. I want him. No, Paul's very particular.
If he's still talking to you.
No, Paul is very particular.
You're so
little things will rub him the wrong way. If Paul stops talking to him, like I'm
still talking to him.
Maybe because you haven't seen
What if he gets a stupid haircut and then Paul's like, I'm not into it anymore?
I am incredibly shallow.
I'll see them and he's like, he's much whiter than I thought. And then just leave.
He's not the right
it's like I can go for a tan white.
I would really love for him to be on because he sounds super funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ask him.
Wonderful.
Okay. Like when you're like comfortable with it, you know? This is our creative space. You can't just like let something.
Exactly. That's why I don't want to bring. Because then, what if we stop talking? Then that'll be awkward.
And then I'll bring it up all the time.
Then I'm like, I have to wait until like after COVID before we can meet, and then
yeah,
I'm over it.
It's like weird. Like you have to be sure about people during COVID, and it's like really hard.
Well, we've been talking for like 2 months, so I feel good about it.
I mean, that's pretty good.
He also asked me to shout out his cat on this episode because his cat
let's hear
his cat is in the running for America's favorite pet.
Oh.
And he wants everyone to vote for it. It's just some random like website competition, but he can win $5,000 for it.
What is it? What, the world's coolest cat, or what is it?
I would just vote for the cat.
It's America's
even if he wasn't
pet.com, and then you have to search for his pet name Robin, and it's all the way at the bottom. But his cat's very cute, so I think he could win.
America's favorite pet.
Yeah, it's FAV. And then you have to search for Robin. They make it very difficult to do this.
There's only like one cat named Robin?
There's multiple, but if you go to the bottom, it's like the third row from the bottom.
Is it a kitten?
The second row from the bottom. Yeah, it's a very tiny black and white kitten.
What is it? What's the website again?
Oh my god. He's currently second.
Yeah, he's currently
America's
second.
favorite.com.
Favepet.com?
You get a free daily vote with Facebook.
Go, if you scroll down
Fave Pet.
and look at the pictures, his cat is so cute. There's one, he's so chunky. Like there's one where he looks fat and it's so cute.
Suck cat.
I'm here, I'm trying to find it. You said America's Favepet.com?
Yeah.
I just sent you the
Thank you. I immediately forgot whatever you said.
Man,
she's like, I wasn't.
That's why I was so annoyed because I was like, he just said it twice and I fucking didn't.
Look at him, he's so strong.
He is cute. That man is very white, Paul. I can see his arm.
Yeah, he is very white.
Are all of these cats his cat, or are these different black and white cats?
No, it's all the same cat.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, he has one of those tart beds.
Oh my god, yeah. Chi, do you think you can compete in this? Bitch,
Okay,
don't give me that look.
Okay, click
Oh,
on
there's one where he's asleep.
where it says currently second in their group. Click on group and look at the cat that's in first. The cat is ugly. It is an ugly ass cat.
Oh my god, what the fuck are these dolls in his living room? One of them has teeth.
I know, it's really creepy.
It's like Fraggle Rock in his house. It's like all the puppets from the labyrinth live here.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
Oh
my god, I see the Furbies.
There's a bucket of hummus in the well, I mean not like a bucket, but like a regular, like a tub. He has a leash for his cat. Can he does his cat use it?
He hasn't taken him out yet because of COVID. He doesn't want to walk around with. Yeah, he's just too small right now.
Such a baby.
Did he tell you that he has like a giant mural of a Furby? He loves Furbies.
People love
This
Furbies.
person
does. He loves Furbies.
Oh my god.
It's probably the sign that he's a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just one thing, one tick.
Yeah. But also, he does have very creepy dolls in his room.
Okay, so there's a cat in this running that's called Theodore that doesn't even have a picture.
Shut up.
Currently 35th.
He's 5th?
35th.
Oh, okay, that
35th.
makes sense. Okay, but the cat that's in first is ugly, right? Like,
Pete?
yeah.
Pete's cute, little ginger cat.
I know, but like, look, its face is awkward.
Maybe
Kind
they
of
have a
like
weird picture.
plain.
I like Vader.
Compared to Robin?
No,
Vader is cute.
Vader reminds me a lot of your cat, but like fuzzier.
Aww.
I think Indigo just had kittens.
I like Walter and Patches.
I like Walter.
Poor people
Walter's
listening
cute.
cannot hear it. Can't see any of this shit.
Oh my god, look at Rupert.
I know. Our one listener is Buddy has a mustache.
Oh my god, there's a
Oh my
cat
God, we're
named
almost at
Seth
50 minutes.
Joseph. That poor cat.
Oh, Seth Joseph. Oh,
Not
Seth
pretend you
Joseph
like
is
that
cute.
name.
I like cats with normal people names. I
Is
think
Seth
it's cute.
Joseph a normal
there's an
person's name?
there's an Ashby. I like that name. There's a cat named Chubbs.
I saw that.
Is he actually fat? Oh, there's only 2 pictures.
I don't
You can't
know.
really tell.
It's like one of them, he's in some guy's shirt, and then the other one, he's like shoved into a shoe.
Mochi. Aw, Mochi's cute.
Mochi is cute.
Anyway,
Mochi's
vote for Robin.
Oh my god, you have to. Okay, there's a picture of Mochi next to a refrigerator.
A vote for Robin is a vote for us.
Yes. Aw, Mochi is adorable. If you don't vote for Robin,
don't know why.
you support Donald Trump.
But I did think that the cat Spotty was actually, in reality, a possum. So, if you look on that list, Spotty.
Body is a possum.
It looks like a possum
Ooh,
because
what if
it
someone
happens to
just
be licking its nose
Entered a possum.
at the time that they took the picture. So it looks like it has a possum nose, but really it's licking its own nose.
Someone should have just entered a possum or a raccoon. Okay,
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
All right. Poltergeist.
I have a story.
Oh, we got off track.
We are at 50 minutes. We're at
I have a story.
Okay. You do?
But vote.
I would love to hear your story.
I think you would love this story.
Oh my god. Yes.
Is it the Jersey Devil Part 2?
Kind of.
It could be.
Ooh.
It's that
This is
ridiculous.
about.
I'm interested.
So there was a girl who was a paid escort. Her name was Amanda Drago.
Mhm.
And she believes that she's being haunted by her sugar daddy's ghost.
This is a real story.
Oh my
Thanks,
god.
Sophie.
It's real. I read the post about it.
Like, it's
So-
real. It's me.
Jessica,
I'm
in there.
in the press.
So this, I'm going to start off with like her life before he died, and then kind of go into the poltergeist. So Amanda Drago, whose porn star name is Melanie Mason, was in a she was a paid escort, and she went to her sugar daddy's house. His name was Brad. Completely by mistake. So he ordered like a specific girl, and they sent her by accident, and they just kind of hit it off. Brad, I gotta send you a picture of him because he is just the kind of man that you're like, ew, gross.
The kind of man you imagine ordering an escort over.
Yeah, the
phone.
kind of guy that you think would order an escort. They started their relationship because he was like, she tells you right off the bat, like there was no love involved. He was like, I'll pay you money. And she was like, okay, I like money. So they started their relationship. He would shower her with gifts and send her all kinds of money and just spoiled her rotten. But she didn't want to tell anyone that she was an escort.
Oh my god.
This time I really will put up the picture for everyone online.
He's terrifying.
Yes.
I like how we always say
Every episode we're like, we'll post it, and then we never do. So he would have these really like high highs and these really like low lows, but he always wanted Amanda to show him off. He was like, oh, I want people to know that we're dating. And she's like, fuck no, creepy old guy. Just pay me money, I'll suck your dick, and then I'll leave. Like, but that's all this is.
and then
And so Brad was very depressed and also addicted to whippets.
Oh.
like
you
people
do.
are.
I can't imagine,
Honestly, I
rich
think
people
a lot of
addicted to
people
whippets.
are addicted to them, and that's why we have an overabundance of them at work because they're always
That's
sold.
true.
And that's why we never run out. We always just have to order like a shit ton to ensure it doesn't happen.
And so they were like this really like back and forth on and off again couple, because he was kind of mean. He would yell at her and things would like, he would chase her around and like threaten to hit her. And she's like, fuck this. Like, I'm out of here. And then he would send her.
Like, you're not hot enough.
Yeah,
for
she's
this.
like, there's not enough money in the world. And then he would send her like $30,000. And she was like, actually, that's a pretty good amount. I'm going to go back. And then one day she like got into this fight with him. And like you do
with the
people
on
with it. And she left and she was like, I'll talk to you tomorrow, because he was going to send her to the spa. And that night he died of a heart attack, probably because of the whippets. They're deadly. Don't suck on CO2, guys. It's not good for you.
It's really not.
What? It's not good?
I'm sorry to break it to you, Sophie. His housekeeper was trying to get a hold of Amanda to let her know the news, but she was like dodging her calls, quote, and this is her quote, I'm not picking up that bitch's phone call. I didn't want to speak to her. So she didn't find out for a couple days that he had died because she wouldn't answer the phone for the maid.
Wow.
Also, Brad had taken her out of the will. Rude.
That is rude.
Like,
I know. But she did have his wallet and all of his stuff. So eventually she had to go and see him because they couldn't like identify him, and they needed all of his insurance information. And for some reason, she just had it. So after all of this ended, she was like, finally, I'm done with Brad. No. Guess what? Brad was not done with her. Sorry, I'm like trying to like not laugh at the things that she says that Brad's ghost does. So Brad's ghost likes to visit her, and he likes to throw coins at her and like money. Like he likes to like chuck money at her.
What, like a stripper?
And, like throw quarters at her.
But it's coins?
Like coins and money.
Okay.
Like she says you can hear in the house, like it sounds like someone's throwing straps of cash around. But also like chucking quarters at her or something. And also like sometimes she can smell him and it's not pleasant. Yeah. And she says that
you know what? He doesn't look like a man who knows how to wash his own.
He does not know how to wash his own asshole. And that she said that he's like, he knew I was afraid of ghosts, so he's just doing this shit to bother me. And like, she'll be in the house and be like, ooh. And like she'll repeatedly hear knocking. And then she'll find, like randomly, she'll find $2 bills and be like, oh, Brad. But I want you guys to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel for Amanda, because throughout the ordeal, the relationship, the whippets, and the haunting, Drago's real boyfriend is stuck by her. He understands and said she's got to be that she's a hustler. So he was dating her the whole time. That she was sleeping with Brad and now having to deal with the ghost of Brad chucking quarters at them.
Well, I mean, he basically.
I mean, a girl's got to eat.
He got something out of it too. I mean, he was living off that too. I bet. So.
Can you imagine you're just like sitting in your house and you hear like a fart and you're like, oh, Brad.
Ew. Oh, Brad.
Brad. Dr. Scott.
Rocky.
Not the longest story, but I just thought it was super funny.
I mean, it's
she wrote a big story. She wrote a big like thing on her Twitter about it like a year after he died. She was like, yeah, and then she also said that she thinks that Brad is excited about the attention because she would never show him off in life. So to honor him, she's showing him off in death.
I mean, I guess.
I wonder, does that lady that married Jack Sparrow's ghost, is that a poltergeist? They got a divorce though, right?
No, I don't think so. I haven't, like, it didn't sound like it. He was, like, it didn't sound like he moves anything.
Didn't they have sex?
Or any of that. I mean, that's just an incubus. That's a different thing. Ooh. Maybe we'll include them in a spooky, scary 2020 story. Maybe. We'll see. If there's enough incubi, succubi.
I mean, there has to be enough that we know what they are.
That's true. I know there is a bed and breakfast in Ireland. What the major appeal is, there is a succubus there. And like that's how they try and get tourists, because it's in the middle of nowhere.
Like, you want to be fondled by a ghost? Come on down to Ireland.
Yeah, basically, you want to experience that.
I don't think I want to be fondled by a ghost.
The wonderful.
Would you consider that like
a finger up your asshole?
In a sense, is that like a brothel for ghosts?
Ooh. Yes. I guess it's basically the whorehouse for ghosts.
That should be the name of this episode.
A whorehouse for ghosts?
Yeah.
Wait, but what if we end up covering that later and we waste the title on this?
The best little whorehouse on the River Styx.
Okay. That's fair.
I have a poltergeist story.
Ooh.
Do you?
Do.
Let's hear it.
So
Let's hear it.
my
We love
story
the story.
takes place in Epworth, Lincolnshire, obviously in Europe, in a place called
England?
the Old Rectory Building in Epworth. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's a rectory,
It's a rectory
building. They only have those over there.
so the building,
What is a rectory?
it's a church building.
Oh, that makes
Like a rec center?
Isn't that?
No, it's
Isn't
the
that where,
rectory
like,
is
the
where
priests
it's where
live
the priest
usually?
lives.
Oh, those would be haunted.
I forgot. That's what they.
So the house originally,
I always just called it the priest department.
they don't know
Called the rectory.
when the rectory building was originally built because it burnt down and then was rebuilt in 1709, and that's when
Oh.
this family moved in. Currently, in modern day, it's owned by the British Methodist Church, and they keep it as a museum. So the owners at the time were the Wesley family.
Aw.
It was Wesley. That's a good. It was owned by Reverend Samuel Wesley and his wife Susanna, along with their 19 children.
Oh, God.
Wow.
And the ghost of all
And-
the ones that died.
Okay, if they had 19 children, you know they have so many dead babies.
They have so many dead babies. Especially
There's,
back
like,
then.
dead baby graveyard in the back.
Yeah.
So events started to occur in 1716. So they had
Sophie,
lived
ask
here
your
for
mom
quite
what
a while
baby
before.
graveyard is.
What?
Ooh, little Sophie, ask your mom to show you the documentary on the Butterbox
Ooh,
baby.
tell her, ask her what a brothel is.
Ooh, ask her what a bog baby is.
Ask her what bog butter is.
Ask her what truffle butter is.
Ooh, truffle butter.
Yes. Ask her what truffle.
It could be a food, or it could be a euphemism.
It's this podcast, so either one.
You decide. Vote here now. But before that, vote for Robin, America's favorite.
A vote for
birthday
Robin
pet.
is a vote for truffle butter.
Truth.
Okay. So they have 19 children. They're fucking a lot.
You know
It's
what?
what the Lord wanted.
They've probably, because the amount of children they've had,
They just fall out of that.
I've
woman.
never experienced truffle butter, so sad.
I wonder
Because I mean, there was never an opportunity.
when like people had that many children. Like that's fucking ridiculous. You're just constantly
How
pregnant.
many sets of twins did they have?
I don't know. It didn't.
Is it even
I couldn't
fun
find
at
any
that point?
information about that. No.
No, it's abuse.
So one of their children actually was named John Wesley, and he would go on to found the Methodist Church.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, that makes
So
sense
this
why the
is like
church
the-
is
Why the
Yeah.
church owns the building now. So from December of 1716 to January of 1717, the family was plagued by a series of strange events. They would hear voices, there'd be knocking inside the walls, doors would slam shut. One of the daughters, whose name was Hetty, named the ghost Old Jeffrey. So they just lived with Old Jeffrey. I don't know.
I'm all
Did they
right.
have to use an old person?
No, they're this little girl just named him Old Jeffrey. I bet he was one of those situations where like children see the ghosts and talk to them, so she knew that his name was
Oh, maybe.
Jeffrey,
My
and he
name
probably
is
looked old.
Old Jeffrey.
My name is Old
They
Jeffrey.
call me
They-
Old
they
Jeffrey
liked it.
because there was another Jeffrey who was 2 years younger than me.
I'm also missing a leg.
But that's
So he
a story
made
for
his-
another time.
For now, I'm gonna tell you how to
Come
make
on, man,
bog
John.
butter.
Do you know
Hetty,
what
get in
truffle
the
butter
bog.
is, little Wesley? Let me teach you.
Have you ever seen a grown man?
Come back to my shack. I'll show you some truffle butter.
We're terrible people.
Oh my god. And thus started the first allegations of sexual assault within the church.
Oh, I just Googled. 9 of them died in infancy.
Oh my god. So they had 28 pregnancies.
No. 9 of the 19 died.
Oh.
How many of them
Jesus
died in birth?
Christ.
So they had 3 boys and 7 girls that survived.
Oh my god. That's
So only 10 of their kids survived.
Oh,
but
God.
they had 19 children in total.
19 kids and counting.
So that included the miscarriages. So, well, not miscarriages,
No, that didn't.
but that didn't include the miscarriages. Was there time for miscarriages?
I don't know.
Did that include stillbirths?
Well, I mean, it didn't say anything about stillbirth, but I mean, they mentioned the
I'm
other.
still gonna guess like
some died when they were
25.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 25. 20, like at least 15 in the dead baby graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. So she named him Old. I wonder if Hetty survived. Maybe she died in infancy.
No, Hetty died.
She was like, "This is
The ghost like
since
led
she was
her.
talking to old
The
Jeffrey.
ghost led her into like
this is old
a
Jeffrey."
river
Rat.
thing.
So old Jeffrey made his presence known to the entire family on Christmas Day. When they were all downstairs, they heard someone running around upstairs and then up and down the stairs. They also heard a loud horn being played throughout the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought-
And they said it was there were just whores screaming all through the house. So
Yeah.
So it
that
was-
house-
it was actually 2 servants who first heard the knocks and the groans of old Jeffrey, but then quickly all of the family started to experience him. There were accounts of the furniture moving. One of the daughters, Nancy, said that a bed levitated while she was in it. So everyone was like super convinced, except for Samuel, who dismissed everyone, telling them to stop perpetuating false tales, that it's blasphemy against the church. And then one night, Samuel was woken up in the middle of the night by loud knocks. So he went to find the source, but he found nothing. So, something's happening.
Oh.
That was so weird. I don't know. It like didn't disconnect the.
It's
The
not
recording's
recording it.
not. Oh, okay. Oh, because it still says recording for me. It's just not ticking.
Yeah, same.
And we're back.
So, everyone was convinced except Samuel. He dismissed everyone, told them to stop telling fake shit. He was like, listen up, y'all's crazy. And then one night, Samuel was woken up in the middle of the
Old
night.
man Jeff was like, bitch.
Old man Jeffrey.
He came out.
So he was woken up in the middle of the night by loud knocks. So he went to find the source, but he found nothing. So he issued old Jeffrey a challenge, saying, "Thou deaf and dumb devil, why dost thou frighten these children? Come to me. Come
He
to
was
my
talking
study.
to the Jersey Devil. That's who Jeffrey is.
I am a man."
The Jersey Devil would say that.
The Jersey Devil would say that. And that was a quote. He actually said that.
I like that he had to
So
tell the ghost, I am a man.
I'm a real
At the end, he had to,
You don't
I'm a
scare
man.
me. I'm a real man.
I'm a man. So he's not a woman. He's a man.
Marion.
I'm a man of faith and
I'm
truth.
a macho man.
Macho
A
man.
bop. Honestly, why don't they play more? I got
I'm
excited when they added it to
macho
the Starbucks playlist.
It is. I get hyped.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah,
So-
I'm feeling it.
After yelling at Jeffrey, he started hearing more knocking, but nothing really happened. But then, the following evening, Samuel was in his study, and he went to go and open his study door, and something slammed it shut in front of his face. And then later that night, when he was trying to fall asleep, he said that he felt pressure. Someone was like pressing against his chest while he was in bed. So he decided.
It was the man who his wife was actually having these.
It was. No, he's a man.
He's a man.
He's a man. He can have children because he's a man.
He is a man.
He's a man. He said it.
He did.
So he decided to buy his family a guard dog. He bought a Mastiff. He was like,
interesting
"This
for a
dog's
man that
gonna-"
doesn't believe in ghosts. Said everyone was just being fucking stupid.
And this is
Right.
how the character of Scooby-Doo was born.
Yes, this is actually the origin story of Scooby-Doo.
Which
Of
one was
Scoobert.
Shaggy?
Doobert Doo.
Was it the one who started the Methodist Church?
Yeah, it was probably John.
Okay. Makes sense.
So he bought a dog, but anytime there was any activity, the dog would go and just sit in the corner and cry.
Okay, so he
wasn't really
So it was Scooby Doo.
It was Scooby-Doo. So Susanna, Samuel's wife, was very concerned that Jeffrey would interrupt her nightly Bible studies. So she yelled out to old Jeffrey and said, "Hey, like, don't bother me between 5 and 6. I have some
He was
friends
like, "I
coming
got you,
over.
girl."
We're going to be studying the Bible." And he never bothered her. So he
Yeah, you know why
listened
he bothered Samuel? Because Samuel was a piece of shit.
because he was being a dick.
Yeah. Could have just left him alone. Just wanted to be part of Christmas or whatever holiday it was.
Yeah. But instead he had to scream at
He had to
him.
be an asshole.
He had to be a toxic man. That's what he was. So then, suddenly in January of 1717, just about a month later, everything stopped, and Jeffrey was never heard from again. All of the activity in the house just suddenly stopped. There were no more voices, no more knockings.
No
The dog was fine.
coincidences?
No weird coincidences.
Oh.
And that was it. That was just the end. And all of the children, and even Samuel and even John, have written accounts. John wrote in one of his biographies, because since he founded the Methodist Church, he's written a lot, that he's encountered demons and he's encountered, and he believes in angels and stuff. So they all have written accounts of all of this. And it's actually one of the most famous poltergeist cases in Britain history, even though there's not much about it.
Huh.
Most of the cases are very short. Or the stories about this case, I had to really search for information.
Wow.
And
I
that was
found that
it.
to be true for my story too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like one BuzzFeed article.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
It's hard to find stuff about poltergeists.
I mean, there's definitely like videos of poltergeists everywhere, but
There's
never
videos, but there's
backstory.
no in-depth stories.
They just have like an interview with a ghost.
Yeah. I mean that was true of my story, but I mean there's a lot of information on this poltergeist. But again, not a lot of backstory here, just, occurrences.
Yeah, they're just like, I just kind of fuck shit up. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I would say that this poltergeist is maybe the most famous poltergeist.
Enfield?
Peeves from Harry Potter,
Ooh.
who is a beloved character in the books, but he did not make it into the movie. But he made it into the video game. He made it into the video game.
That wasn't fair because Peeves was such a good character.
He was a good character, especially like the shit that went down with like Dolores Umbridge and shit like that. Because, I mean, he's around for a lot of the major plot points.
Well, I know they
Harry
tried to cast him for the movies, and there's even like screen tests for him.
Mm-hmm. But I could kind of, well, I understand why they didn't want to include him in the movies. It's hard to capture him from the books, especially once like we kind of get into what little of backstory there is for him. So,
I mean, there's not really much backstory for any of the ghosts.
yeah. Well, no, like some of them have like extensive histories. Like look at the Bloody Baron and like his tie to the Grey Lady and Rowena Ravenclaw. You find out that they were basically, well, he was a scorned lover of the Grey Lady, and he's the reason why she died. He killed himself because he was so upset, you know.
But that was like over many books. Like,
yeah.
They could have done that for Peeves.
Yeah, they could have. Here's the thing about Peeves, though. He came with the school. He's always been there. As long as the castle of Hogwarts has been there. Since the year 993. And pretty much the unknown author of this series has said that he's not a ghost, he's a poltergeist. He's a completely separate entity from a ghost. In fact, when Nearly Headless Nick was having his little like death day party, he was considering not inviting Peeves because he's not a ghost. He's not like them. And this is where my research on the origins of poltergeist comes in. They think because, you know, the school is filled with children and adolescents, that energy created Peeves.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically all of children's mischief balled up into one being. Which, I mean, that's pretty cool in itself. But, yeah, so he came with the building, essentially. As soon as it was established, he was there.
There's a lot of stuff in Harry Potter that just like came with the building.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the veil that Sirius falls into when he dies?
Yeah, that was one of them.
That was there before the Ministry. They just built the Ministry on top of that for some reason.
Because they didn't want to move it.
Yeah.
They were like, this is a perfect
They don't even really know what it is.
Mm-hmm. So, like, Peeves, he's always just kind of been a pain in everybody's ass. And he has been described as, like, if you have a plumbing issue and that you just can't get rid of. And that's why they say Dumbledore can deal with him. He can't get rid of him. There's no way he can. But he could just kind of, you know, keep him at bay more than other headmasters have been able to. Like, he'll settle down after a while, but then he always comes back. He's always been a pain in every groundskeeper's ass. But that's because a groundskeeper is essentially there to, you know, make sure students are following rules, keeping things tidy, and Peeves absolutely hates shit like that. Also, well, let's see. Where are like some of the major plot points in Harry Potter where he's shown up? He was
when they mess with.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I was gonna say when they mess with Dolores Umbridge, but I'm sure you'll get to that.
Yeah. So one of the very first ones is basically during the whole mountain troll thing on Halloween. He's trying to tell Filch that the kids are trying to, like, you know, go down to the dungeons to find the troll and tell on them, and they were able to duck away and hide from him. Even though he's, like, trying to make it more of an intense scene than it was. I mean, it was already intense. There was a mountain troll, but... Then there was another part where... when they're about to go into... on, what is it, the third floor? Where
Moaning Myrtle's bathroom?
No, the third floor where they in the first book. with the Sorcerer's Stone, you know how they have to go through the third floor to go through all the series of tests and stuff?
Yes.
Because they were under the invisibility cloak, he could sense that they were nearby, because I guess it's in his nature, he could just sense things. And he was trying to, figure out, like, which student it was, because he was trying to tell them again, because he did that, like, the entirety of their first year, was trying to get them in trouble, because he loves getting people in trouble. And,
what a dick.
Harry, because they were underneath the invisibility cloak, he did his best to impersonate the Red Baron to terrify the shit out of Peeves, because Peeves is only terrified of the Red Baron because of his murderous past.
But he can't murder Peeves.
No, but he could keep him in check somehow. Apparently, the Red Baron is just a fucking asshole, even in death. No shit. But yeah, he impersonated the Bloody Baron. Is it the Bloody Baron? Red Baron.
I think it's a Bloody Baron.
You know who the Red Baron is? He
The pizza guy?
Yeah. Bloody Baron. Anyways,
Truffle butter pizza?
Yeah.
Nice and saucy.
He told Peeves to stay away from the third floor for the rest of the night, and he listened to him because he thought he was the Bloody Baron.
Does Harry sound like the Bloody Baron?
No, but Peeves is, like we said, or like I've read, is just the accumulation of a bunch of children's energy. So he's easily tricked. And that's all tied together somehow. I don't know what this unknown author was thinking, but apparently that's part of it.
If only they hadn't perished so long ago, we could maybe read notes.
He's also the one who, in the second book, alerted everyone to the fact that Nearly Headless Nick and the cat,
Miss Norris.
Mrs. Norris, when they were attacked, he said, attack, another attack. No mortal or ghost is safe. Run for your lives, attack. But he alerted the castle when that happened. And, at one point he mocked Hermione for making fun of Moaning Myrtle, but then turned around and made fun of Moaning Myrtle because she has pimples in death. He's just
no one gets to make fun of Myrtle except for me.
Yeah, basically.
Thanks, Pete. Shut up, bitch.
And during Prisoner of Azkaban, he was the one who alerted the castle as to the fat lady's location after her encounter with Sirius Black. He's the one who found her in the painting. What else? There's not a lot here. Sorry, I didn't have much time to research. It's been hell. But you would think Peeves had a lot more info on him. He doesn't.
The only students that he ever respected were Fred and George.
Oh, yeah. He listened to them because
they were such chaotic energy.
Yeah. The theory is because they were as chaotic as he was, he respected them. And so that's why he went along with their plans, because he's always just like, I'm wondering if he like fed off the chaos, you know?
Probably. I mean, if he is there because children are there and he feeds off of that energy, it makes sense that you'd want to hang out with the most chaotic children.
Oh, also, he did help during the Battle of Hogwarts. He threw a bunch of rocks and shit at Death Eaters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's just throwing pebbles and sticks.
They're not really sure how his, and I think this is why it didn't translate well to the movie. His appearance, they're not really sure how he developed it, because he kind of looks like he's in modern garb, like he has a bowler hat and a bow tie, but he's been with the castle since forever.
If you see him on the games, on any of the games, he looks like a jester.
Yeah, he does look like a jester. So it would have made sense to make him like a jester back in the day, but I don't.
Maybe because he feeds off of children, like his fashion changes with them.
Maybe.
Since he's not he's not a ghost, so he's not trapped in the time that he died. Like he knows all the kids slang.
Oh, he is completely
Hip with the kids.
he's a completely indestructible spirit of chaos, according to the unknown author.
Ooh.
That's why he was never been able, they've never been able to rid him. He's basically a pest.
Have they tried? Like, I can't imagine they would let the Bloody Baron wander the school, and then try to get rid of Peeves.
Oh, there was an actor who, I know you said this earlier. There was an actor who was casted to play him in the first movie, but then they cut him. His name is Rick Mayall. This dude looks cross-eyed as fuck.
Oh no.
Rick
The perfect Peeves.
Rickmayall. Rick Mayall, if you guys want to look. I think
What was his name?
at something. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. Anyways, I thought he should have got more love in the movies, but I kind of get why he didn't.
Oh. He is terrifying.
Wait. Wasn't he Drop Dead Fred?
Yes. Yeah.
I just recognized him and I was like, wait, he's the ginger. Okay, I could have seen him as Peeves.
It would have just been the same character.
Yeah.
Oh, so they did film Peeves in
Yeah, they filmed scenes for him.
in
They
Source
just cut
System.
them all.
They just cut it all.
I think it's because it didn't translate well for them and, just seemed like unnecessary scenes. But, he was there for, all of their Hogwarts years. I mean, he was part of that giant-ass prank when Fred and George, blew up Umbridge's fucking office with all the fireworks. I think he set them off as they were taking off.
They even kept part of it because it was so impressive. So part of it's still in the hallway at Hogwarts. The swamp or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, Peeves deserved more love, but maybe if there's ever a reboot, they'll do something with him. But he's just so goofy.
He should be if they do, you know how they have the Hogwarts, the Harry Potter musical?
Oh.
He should be in the beginning of Romeo and Juliet, how they have the part that tells you the whole play. He should be that.
That would be good, actually.
He narrates the plays.
Yeah, in Greek plays and shit, they do that.
Yeah.
And all of Shakespeare's, too.
I could see that.
That'd be dope.
Let's do it.
Peeves has been around for everything. It would make perfect sense for him to do it.
Yeah.
So
and make it all about him. It'd be like Deadpool. He'd be he'd be just like Deadpool. He could break the fourth wall and tell everyone what's going on. Since he's not a character and he's not a person.
Yeah, one of the original drawings of Peeves, they make him look like Danny DeVito's version of the Penguin.
Oh.
I would not like that.
Did you guys see Colin Farrell in the new Batman? He's Penguin. He looks like Richard Nixon.
I didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll send you a picture.
Did you see the preview, Paul?
I did.
What were your thoughts?
I think he would be a better Nightwing.
I don't like DC, so
I don't like him as Batman. I thought Ben Affleck would have been okay as Batman, but too many people hated him immediately before they gave him a chance.
I just don't.
I think that was fair.
I honestly.
As soon as I saw him on screen, I was like, okay, he's good. But then everybody by then already hated him. Oh my god, that's...
Oh, are you looking at it?
Yeah, I thought he was the dude from, what's that show? Outlander, the husband, that's also, his ancestor. Just makeup or something.
Yeah, no, it's Colin Farrell.
Jesus Christ.
They're gonna win the Oscar for makeup.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's more. I feel like it's more Nightwing.
Robert Pattinson would make a better Nightwing.
Yeah, he has the angst.
I think he'll
talked
be
about
okay as
him a
Batman.
lot in our
Because he's a
next
young Batman.
episode of What the Fuck Is This Book when we started talking about Twilight because it happened to drop that week. And it just went into this whole rant about Batman.
Oh my god.
We have thoughts, we have opinions, but Robert Pattinson will always be Edward Cullen in our eyes. And
I
Cedric
like
Diggory.
Robert Pattinson, though.
I think I miss Cedric Diggory.
I like Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson. I like him in other things. It just because it's, Batman's already kind of an established characterization. You always see him
I'm
as
surprised. I'm surprised that he took it because he's been staying away from
the bulky brooding guy.
from big characters. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since Twilight, like all of them have kind of just stayed away.
The only person I think makes sense in this new Batman movie is
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yes, as Catwoman.
Woman, yeah.
She looked pretty cool.
Yeah, she's just wearing a ski mask.
Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
Anyways,
And we pray.
spooky, scary stories for 2020. Yeah, that was Poltergeist.
That was Poltergeists.
What did we talk about last week, guys?
Exorcisms.
Exorcism. We already know CeeLo Green was never possessed, but he does have T-Rex arms.
He does have T-Rex arms.
Also, his mother, the part about his mother Sheila being a firefighter and eventually becoming paralyzed, that sadly is true. But I mean, she raised him as a single mother. She was a shero, and we salute her. All right.
I spoke about a possession case in Arkansas, and it was all true. It was a news article about it. I don't know if it was true, but the story was told. So,
like, it was like a legit news story.
It was a legit news story.
Whether they were truthful was up in the air.
I talked about Jacqueline Howard and how she haunts the woods of New Hampshire.
Fuck New Hampshire.
And I made that up. I was like,
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
How could
I
you
hadn't
do
done
that
it in
to
a
our
while.
listener?
I was itching to lie to people.
You were itching to lie.
It's been so long. You know how much I love it.
I just was getting bummed out reading exorcism stories.
We haven't lied to strangers in a long time.
I know. It's been
hard,
a weird. It's hard to
face.
lie when the world is already horrible.
Yeah. There's too many things that are, people are lying about, and, we want to be truthful. We don't want people to question whether they can rely on us, but, I mean, they shouldn't.
I do enjoy a good lie, though, from time to time.
Same.
Oh.
Aw, cute.
Happy 50th episode.
Happy
we made
50th,
it.
guys.
Yay.
On to another
Happy
50.
50th. Yes. Hopefully we get there before we die.
Or get sick of each other.
Oh, I think with COVID, it keeps us apart longer.
Right?
So
Like we miss each other.
Yeah. When you're living on top of people, it's a different case. When you're like, you barely see them, you're like, please just talk to me for a little bit.
All of the stupid dumb shit they used to tell you about their lives, and you're like, what's going on with this? Like I would have never cared before COVID, but please tell me about your errands now.
Tell me about what are they called? The Mahas?
The Mahas.
They sound
They're
terrible.
awful. They are terrible. Don't try them.
I like Trulies.
Trulies are good.
Yeah,
I like Vizzies.
Oh, those are good too, yeah. And those have antioxidants.
Ooh.
They do.
No, you're not allowed to go yet, Chi-Chi. She's scratching on the door to leave.
What a bitch.
I know. What a whore.
She's like, I'm tired of this.
I know.
I'm tired.
Anyways,
Grandpa,
follow us
that's too
on all of
bad.
our socials. We're BB Michelada most places. On Facebook, we're the body, the blood, the Michelada. We're on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, mostly
Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook, and what else are we have a TikTok that we don't have content on.
We don't have content.
It's hard to film like group TikToks when you're not with the people.
Yeah.
It's true.
We appreciate your commentary on our podcast. We love to hear feedback. We got some good feedback from our last episode, and we appreciate it. So thank you. Keep reaching out, guys. Should we
Thank
read
you,
it on air?
everyone. We love you.
I would like to read it on the air if it's terrible.
Nothing terrible. It's only praise because she loves us, and it's Natalie Montefar, as always.
I do want to tell Natalie Montefar, I wasn't insinuating that you wouldn't listen to our show. I was insinuating that you would have already taken Sophie away from listening to our show.
Yes, she did say, I resent that Natalie would think that I didn't make it that far in the episode. Also, I will not tell little Sophie who Jenna Jameson is. Ha ha ha. I'm listening at work while doing computer stuff. I mean,
She should. Everyone needs to know who Jenna Jameson is.
She's an entrepreneur.
She's an American hero.
Yeah, an icon. One day they will have some of her memorabilia in the American History Museum, the Smithsonian.
I'm surprised it's not there already.
I'm surprised too. And CeeLo Green has T-Rex arms.
He does have T-Rex arms.
If you guys want to help out this podcast to I don't know, reach new heights, you could contribute to our Patreon, where we're BB Michelada at Patreon. You could just search it. We're there.
Just give us money.
$1 a month is cool. Well, we appreciate it.
Any amount.
It's cool. You don't have to, but it would be nice.
It would be nice.
And yeah, we love you, and I know your
cherish
parents
you.
never told you, but we will.
We'll tell you. We love you, and we're proud of you.
We are proud of you. You're gonna go far, kid. You're gonna go far.
Okay, bye.
Truffle butter.